If I become a president, I will ban these indignified structures in our towns. Yes. It's possible for our people to have land that is properly distributed, properly developed, so that there may be this person and that person there and that person there. A demarcation that is proper with a road network, with the water and sewer reticulation. Infrastructure to give dignity to our people. It's possible. Gaddafi was doing it before the Americans assassinated him, using surrogates which were in Libya at that time. We know it. In the days of Gaddafi, when you got married, the government would give you a piece of land for free. Land was not sold to the Libyans under Gaddafi. Gaddafi said, if you are a citizen, the land belongs to you. Who should you pay money to? So people paid levies and rates for the servicing of those stands. They did not buy land. Why should Zimbabweans buy land from the government? Where did the government get this land from? Motengeserwa land nekanzuru pamsoro pay. What has the city of Harare done to own land in Harare? If I become president, land will not be sold to citizens. Because if you say this land belongs to Zimbabwe, the word Zimbabwe is not referring to a name on a map. The word Zimbabwe refers to citizens. Yes. If you are a citizen, you are Zimbabwe. You are South Africa. You are Zambia. You are Malawi. Why should you buy your own land? Who are you paying? Rubadaran. Yeah. If it is about developing land, why don't we pay development costs and not cost for the land? Kana pachidiwa kuti pa grade we road, tadi kubhadhara vari kugrade road pane kubhadhara kanzuru. Muri kutengesa land makaiwana kupi? Where did Jacob Mafume get land from to sell? Why are we buying our own land? Let's leave that one. I'm known for saying things that upset people, but I don't care because I'm not here to make you feel good. One of the things that you are going to get used to as a prince is, in the kingdom, we use straight talk. We don't babysit each other, cajole each other, and pat each other's shoulders to feel good. We are straight talkers because we have run out of time. So one of the things I wanted to say today is that princes don't buy flats.
Okay. No.
Yes. If you have a flat right now, you are not a prince. You have no sense of royalty. Princes don't live in flats. A flat is a farm compound with an urbanized name. To call it a flat is to make it feel something better. Ikomboni. Kana uchigara mu flat izvezvi unogara mukomboni.
Yes.
Hey. Princes don't buy flats.
Yes.
Because when you live in a flat, you don't own the land.
No.
You own the building.
Yes.
Somebody owns the land. Is that not a stupid idea?
It's very stupid. It is stupid, Amai, because you can't even have a vegetable garden.
You can't throw a party. You have to write a letter to all the compound dwellers. We have enough land in Africa that every African can have a piece of land and put up a perimeter wall around it and build a house inside it to give privacy to your children, to your wife.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
In every constitution, I've read so many constitutions. They talk about the right to privacy.
Okay.
it's a constitutional right. The word privacy, it means when you want to scream, you only are heard by those whom you are screaming to.
Yes.
When you want to laugh, you are only heard by those who you are laughing with, not your neighbor.
No, that's your family.
Some of you in the morning, your neighbors greet you with a smile as you come out of your bedroom with your wife. They say, this one is a Mabara. We heard him last night. Is that a family life now?
No.
Is there dignity in that?
No.
Your neighbors wave at you with a smile. They heard you in the night. They say, this one, they are Mambaras. Good morning.
There's no prince like that.
So that the sounds that your wife uses or produces in the night, when you are in your private room, and another man knows those sounds. When your neighbor speaks to your wife when you are not there, they say things you will never hear. Good morning, Mama. You, Mama. You are amazing. Huh? You with your husband, you are a happy couple. Brother Devson, is there dignity in
There's no
that?
dignity in that, am I? One needs to have his own or a privacy.
If you have a home which has no privacy, it's not a house. It's a container.
Because private is the least. That
Privacy is one of the most prominent requirements in a home.
Amen. Amen.
When you are beating up your child, your neighbors must know, not to know how many strokes you whip there. If there's no privacy, there's no home. Ask your neighbor,
living in a
mukarwa azvinzwikwe here kana zvichinzwikwa hapana musha.
That's a container.
It's a container. It's the 6-foot container that they use to carry shipments and cargo from one continent to the other. It's not a house.
Hey.
So you shouldn't buy a flat. It's stupid. Simple. Kana wakatenga flat hauna imba unogara mukomboni. Saka maprinces haagare mukomboni wena. Maprinces andovhara gedhe ega so wobuda woenda.
Yes.
Vanhu havaziva kuti kana ari mugedhe anenge akapfeka chikabudura. Osaka uchigara mukomboni haugoni kana kupfeka chikabudura.
Yes.
Kungomira pabhaukoni vanhu vese vakuti kwika mune kamupimbira kakanyanya kuti akatete nai taikuonai makapfeka sutu tinofunga kuti makasimba. Iwe woti ndakamboita kwashi ndiri mudiki. Vanhu voti haikwashi zviri kuoneka. Tumpimbira twingi twakati pamberonge twenhingi twepelican. Kana kuita kunge flamingo. Ukada kupfeka shoti chidundu ndinenge rakatongera chimupanzi nevhudziri. Vanhu voti pane imwe shaving cream yandinoziva wakudzwa zvinhu zvisina musoro.
Yes.
Ati mazvona kuti upopota hazviite. Hazviiteba. So if you are a child of God in this house, don't buy flats. It's in the CBD, it has economic commercial value. If you are buying it to rent it, then it's not your house. Therefore, it's a business enterprise. Yes. We are not talking about those who are buying flats for business purposes. We are talking about your own residential arrangement. Princes don't live in flats. I had an opportunity when I was working in government. I'm sure you know the flats that are opposite this bus company. What is it? In Highfields. Is it KK or Chawasara? I can't remember. It's been many years now since I was in Zimbabwe. But remember when you pass through Machipisa Tunnel from Harare after Southampton Police Station, There's a bus company with a garage to the right. There are flats that were built around 2010, 2011 to the left in Highfields. Government employees were given the option to buy those flats.
Okay.
I was one of the people who were given that opportunity. It's true.
Okay.
I said, I don't live in a flat. I don't want.
Back then.
2010, I said no to owning a flat.
Hey.
How you could have bought it and put tenants. I calculated it. Renting a house in Zimbabwe is not a business. It's useless waste of money. With the amount you are buying this property, you can do a business that can give you more money per month than $300, which is what people are paying now in those flats today. In those days, it was about $150 for those 3 rooms. I think the flats were 3 rooms, 1 kitchen, one bedroom, 1 living room. I said, no, I don't want. I'll buy an open land, and I'll put my own fence there.
Amen.
And I'll build my own house. I want privacy. I don't buy a flat.
Yes.
So when I talk about flats, do not think that I'm not exposed. I never got an opportunity to owning a flat. I said there are people who are more desperate than me. They might take that opportunity. I'm already purchasing a piece of land to buy my own house. I will build it when the time comes. So I let someone else take that flat, and I said, no, I don't want it.
Okay.
It was an easy thing. I simply needed to sign the document. And I was going to pay $100 a month for, I think, 5 years to own that flat. I said no. Because I wasn't desperate. I can't take something that I don't want to use. I don't want to live in a flat. I've never lived in a flat. But I had the option. You understand?
Yes.
So this is important. Sometimes we speak like this to dissuade those who think we are underexposed, and therefore our message does not apply to the whole society. It applies. There is no wisdom in living in a flat because there's no dignity in living in a compound. In South Africa, banks offer loans to Africans to owning cluster houses which are in a compound and flats which are in a compound. Because the whites do not want Africans to buy a piece of land in their own name.
Okay.
It's a land grabbing tactic. They want Africans to live in compounds, and they keep all the land to themselves, the Afrikaners. If you go to South Africa, it is the most flat-dominated country in the Southern African region. There are more flats in South Africa than you find in Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia combined. If you combine flats in Namibia, in Botswana, in Zimbabwe, in Zambia, they won't compete with the flats that are in South Africa. And yet the population of Zambia and the population of South Africa are almost the same. Whites are in control of the land. They don't want you to own your own piece of land. So they put many houses going upwards. You live in 4th floor. You understand now? You live where?
4th floor.
Imagine if you fight with your wife in 4th floor. It's a potential murder situation.
Yes.
A small altercation can become a murder situation because of what? Altitude.
Yes.
And yet most of the land in South Africa is not being utilized, honestly speaking. Ini ndakati handina mwana anorererwa muflat. Ndisati ndaroora. Ndakandotozviramba kuti handina mwana anorererwa muflat. When you live in a flat, you can't teach your child manners.
Yes.
As soon as they come out of your house, they are in the next door house.
Yes.
They are being diluted. The very things you were saying you don't want, they see it being allowed in the next door.
Yes.
So you can't discipline your child when he is raised in a compound. And vanhu vakarererwa muflat havanetse kuona. Handichada hangu kuita go deeper nayo nyaya yacho, but People who were raised from a farm compound, a mining compound, and a flat, they have something in common. Speak to each other about it and ask what are the traits of people who were raised in a compound. Of course, there will be good ones who come out exceptionally against the usual patterns of those who are raised in a compound. Mukomboni. Saka pane komboni pa prazi, poita komboni pa mine, poita komboni police camp, poita komboni pa chikoro, poita komboni pa university, poita komboni ma flats. Makomboni essay wayaya. Karere wa police camp, wakarere wa mkomboni. Toziva katukuzvitaura katukutipa saka well let's finish this. I'm running out of time.